Richardson did not get that baton in first.
So I'm looking for the start of Ellis. She's not off to the best start, but she is in contention. But look at Shacarri Richardson. We know she can finish if she will come off the third with the lead. And the crowd getting excited as she's looking with the crowd here. And Icon.
You is the shit. And don't ever, ever, ever let nobody play you, baby. The fuck?
I'm coming, everyone. Give me 1 second.
You is the shit. And don't ever, ever, ever
look at them
let
all.
nobody play you, baby. The fuck?
Them some serious arms, child. All right, we came to talk about these two. I'll be right back. Let's see. Can't have all that music. I'll be right back. All right. My sincerest apologies. Let me get on here. Let me get on camera. Okay, my sincerest apologies to you guys. Y'all, last night I had a whole seafood boil. And ever since then, I've just been tired and lackadaisical and just been messed up. I don't know what's going on. I just been messed up, honey, okay? Ever since then. So what's up to all 8 of you? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Yep. Got the comments off. That's okay. I have a secondary device. All right. So we're going to talk about Shacarri Richardson. What a stinking mess, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm currently trying to take my eyelashes off, y'all, so don't be trying to judge me. I'm kind of disappointed in Shacarri, y'all. Kind of disappointed, like, for real, okay? Shacarri is in the process of ruining her daggone career for somebody that's not worth ruining your career for. And it's just very disappointing. What the hell? Okay. So according to reports, Shacarri Richardson is like many of us young ladies. Yes, I'm calling myself young because I am. Y'all don't judge my eyelashes. It's literally one is up and one is down because I'm trying to pull them off, okay? But Shacarri, unfortunately, then got into it with her man girl. She done got into it with her man girl. This one right here, honey, okay? And she got herself arrested. And my whole thing is, with Shacarri, it's always half baked with her. It's like always half baked with her, right? So I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's like the first incident, first time she really disappointed me, and I don't even know this woman personally, but like I was really disappointed. Y'all know how it is when you get to know somebody over a span of time, and you start rooting for them, much like as you people were with me. You start rooting for them, and you're thinking she's about to get out there and kill it, right? And then she was supposed to do that race, and she ended up smoking weed. And so then she had to withdraw from that race. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, what the hell part of the game is that? That you suddenly just decide, right when you know that you have to race, I'm getting ready to smoke some weed. I'm getting ready to smoke. I'm getting ready to chief on this. And F the dang on. Hey, Mr. Beast. F the daggone race. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting ready to just smoke and chief it up. That's not okay. That's not cool. I was very, very disappointed. Okay? I'm going to tell you guys that right now. So the second time she really disappointed me was when she was racing against all them girls, and y'all know she'd be back there talking her stuff. She'd be on social media talking her stuff, and she lost miserably, real bad, real bad. And the girls were all together, and they were all huddled up laughing at her because they still interviewed her after the other girl won, and I think she was like not even in third place, and they interviewed her, and the girls was walking behind her on camera, holding each other shoulders like this and looking in the camera like girl, laughing, because even though she didn't win, she still was the more popular one that got interviewed. And they just thought, like, you know, she's a media monkey, she's a media clown. This is what this is right now. Okay. The third time Shacarri disappointed me. It wasn't really a disappointment. I think she did well. Was at this last Olympics. I think she thought she was gonna win first. She won second, but her reaction to winning second was poor. It was poor sportsmanship. Okay, it wasn't okay. I'm like, come on, Shacarri, girl. You got to do better, babe. You know what I'm saying? She was more disappointed at herself for winning second at that Olympics than she was for not even coming in third at that one race. And I'm just like, the way she reacted to that on camera was very unsportsmanlike, especially because you have to celebrate somebody else's win. Like, be a good effing sport. You know what I'm saying? And then so now we have this Lord Shacarri. Okay, so this happened Sunday. Shacarri Richardson was arrested at the Seattle Tacoma International Airport following an incident with her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, who is also a fellow sprinter. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, she better be lucky that this man is a fellow sprinter because it saved her butt. It didn't save necessarily her career, and I'm going to explain why. But it saved her butt because Shacarri, had this been a person that didn't understand her hustle and did not understand her her efforts and motivation towards what she does, baby, she could be up creek right now, because Seattle Tacoma police department was trying to take her down. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So apparently these two got into it in the airport. I think he was looking left, right, head was on the swivel, and she felt like he was looking at people. So they got into a disagreement. She threw some headphones at him when his face was turned a different way. They engaged in this verbal argument, and then she pushed him into the middle of some damn columns, stopped everybody in the damn airport, and had them like skirt, like, oh, or domestic violence in the middle of the airport. Now, mind you, he didn't call the police. The airport staff ended up calling the police. The police goes up to the airport, views video footage, and they have video footage of her throwing headphones at him and pushing him into those columns. And then they arrested her on 4th degree domestic violence charges, domestic assault charges. Now he, like I said, she better thank her lucky stars that this man did not feel the need to, he didn't really want to victimize himself. He actually said to the police, I'm not a victim. He said that specifically with his mouth. I'm not a victim. Which I really, I respect him for that, okay? I respect this dude, Christian Coleman, fellow sprinter. I respect you for that, because as we know, young people make mistakes, and Shacarri has made some mistakes. But does she deserve for her whole life to be ruined behind it and be having assault charges and misdemeanors and felonies? No. And I think that the police out there would have found a way to enhance that charge to make it worse than what it was anyway. I just don't trust it. Okay, so he told the police, I'm not a victim. He said he refused to press charges on her. And so she ended up being cleared and free of all of that. But she's lucky because she easily could have gone down. Look how strong her arms are. You pushing grown men over into columns. Look how strong, big, and muscular her arms are. She's on the brink of looking like a tranny. I know people walk by and say, and probably be like, oh, is that a woman? Or if they don't know her, like, come on now. You, Shacarri, can't just be punching and pushing on people, bruh. Hell, look at your arm. Let me tell you something. I would never in my life try to fight Shacarri. I think she'll knock my daylights out. And baby, I done had some fights of the fights before. But I think that Shacarri will punch my lights out. Look at her, muscular. Now, here's the part that's really sad, okay? Now, she, as we know, okay, has this big, huge, wonderful career, okay? She's in a lot of commercials. She makes a lot of money off her endorsements. She's been doing really good, and I'm so proud of her for that. I really am. I don't want us to keep having this dynamic of we excel and we achieve so much, and then our tempers or our sexual fluidity or our we don't have our sexual urges under control, like Puff Daddy and Shannon Sharp and all those people. I don't want drugs and all that stuff like DMX and all these other people. Stop letting that ruin us. It's ruining us. We are letting issues of our flesh ruin us, and we got to be more grounded, bro. Like, we got to get more grounded, you know, even like with my situation, right? Because I've let issues of my flesh ruin me before. I'm going through kind of the same thing. I'm coming out of that season and kind of getting back into rebuilding season, right? So even with me, I'm coming off of parole, right? But I still am not going to be smoking and turning up and doing all. I'm still not going to do it because it's an issue of the flesh. It's not an issue. It's an issue of the flesh. I don't want, my spirit wants to thrive more than my flesh wants to smoke a blunt or grab, be faded and just be so, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't want to be out here effing 1,000 people. I've decided to be by myself because I know since I've been out, because I'm so gorgeous. I mean, hello. I done already let 2 of them crack. So I gotta calm down. It's been 4 months. I done let 2 crack. It's an issue of the flesh. It's always something that's an issue of the flesh that is taking our people from here and putting them back down here. And even I felt like that. I felt like I've gone through some issues of the flesh recently that made me feel like I moved backwards. I didn't start talking a certain way again, start thinking a certain way again, and I wasn't on that page. It was the person, it was the energy, it was the negativity, it was the feeding a beast in me that hasn't been there in a long time. I want to be able to respect someone. I want to be able to respect myself. And so I feel like Shacarri needs to walk away from this specific situation now before it goes any further. And I feel like he showed her some grace by allowing her to walk away from the situation, not necessarily with a clean slate, because as you guys can see this headline, Shacarri Richardson, withdraws from USATF Women's 100 after her arrest. Okay, so not necessarily with a clean slate, but at least she's not a convicted felon or a misdemeanorist. Okay, coming out of that relationship, she's gonna take a L if she keeps dealing with that man, and I want her to walk away. It is an issue of the flesh. You don't need it, girl. You don't need it. All right. Track and field. We are on OregonLive.com. All right, this was updated on the 1st, published on the 1st. Shacarri has withdrawn from the USATF Women's 100 after her arrest. This was written by Ken Joe for the Oregon Live. All right. I don't know what I was about to say. Arabian Night, honey. I don't know. So sprinter Shacarri Richardson pulled out of the 100-meter semifinals at the U.S. Track and Field Outdoor Championship on Friday after it was reported that she was arrested at SeaTac Airport on Sunday in Seattle. As first reported by the running website Let'sRun.com, Richardson allegedly got into a physical altercation with her boyfriend, fellow sprinter Christian Coleman. She allegedly shoved him several times and threw headphones at him while he walked away. Coleman declined to press charges. The U.S. Championships are qualifiers for the World Athletics Outdoor Championship next month in Tokyo. Richardson has a wild card entry into the 100 in the world meet by virtue of her 2023 world title. It's unclear whether she would have a run in the 100 semifinals on Friday, even if reports of her arrest hadn't surfaced. As of Friday evening, Richardson still was entered into the 200 in the USA meet, which is scheduled for Sunday today. It's not the first time Richardson had an off-the-track issue at a major meet in Eugene. She won the 100 at the U.S. Olympic Trials in 2021, but was disqualified after testing positive for cannabis. If you purchase a product or register for okay, that was the end of it. Right on. Thank you, Ken and Eugene. All right. So this is like, yeah, I mean, as far as off the track situations, this would be the second one. The first one was her smoking weed, and this one is the second one. I mean, oh, Shacarri, baby girl, please, Lord, this gotta stop. I really feel some type of way about Shacarri Richardson. I feel proud of her. I feel like I really want her to make it. I feel like I really want her to thrive. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, like Shacarri Richardson, she had just went, she had really, honestly, from my point of view, just went public with her relationship with Coleman. So I'm trying to figure out what happened in that short period of time, and it's always right after you go public too. I hate that. As y'all can see, she didn't washed her profile clean of any pictures of him. And I'm rooting for her. I mean, just a beautiful queen. She's young, she's beautiful, she's accomplished. I really, really am rooting for her. That freaking sucks. You know what else sucks? Let's get over here and hear what Miami Tip has to say. Miami Tip then been cheated on by Charles, y'all. Her longtime love of her life. And she's just very sad. She's very sad. Let's hear what she has to say. That nigga cheated on me, y'all. He got me, y'all. And I am not okay, but I will be okay. I know y'all seen the little blog post, right? And before, I just want to say, before this whole situation, right? Me and this man were planning. This is 2 days ago. We were I felt we were planning to move together, coming soon. Getting that together September. Get married, have kids. Like, this was the plan. We were working towards building our film production, our films, books, everything. We were building our future together. This is how I was under that impression. That's what we were working towards. However, I felt it was something. I just didn't know what it was. And I knew the time was coming for us to move in together. And I ain't never lived with no one. So, obviously I'm scared. And me and him don't have the best track record. We've been through a lot of things. So I just say, God, please give me a sign if this is what I'm supposed to do, or if not. Man, lo and behold, the other morning, go to my DMs. I have a DM of video recordings of a phone conversation. And it's him on a night that me and him were just together. He had just dropped me off to go film. And he's talking to a woman. He's calling her, talking to her. She's like, oh, you're stupid. You think I'm stupid. You're a horrible liar. He's like, what? I'm not lying. I was on set at production. Meanwhile, he was not on set. He was not on production. He's like, you know how this life go. Da, 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 da. Then he's telling her, a situation that he had just told me earlier that day about his baby mama and his kids. So I know for a fact this is someone you're comfortable with. And he's calling her baby and, mamas. And that's what he calls me. So once I heard that, I didn't even listen no more. I don't even think I was heartbroken because it was something I already knew. You feel me? I just was like, thank you, God. I called him. Of course, I was crying, felt something. And I was just like, thank you for everything. Because you taught me a lot about myself. Taught me a lot about, you helped me grow as a woman, as a person. Everything that we've been through was for my better good. And I understand that even during this situation, like, this came way left side. I'm telling y'all, we was about to move in together, have kids, get married, get a dog, all that. So this definitely came blindsided me. But I know that regardless of how I feel, that's emotions of the flesh, right? And God does all things for the better good for those who love him. So this is a time of testing for me. I asked God for a sign. He gave me a sign. So I just called him. I said, thank you. And that was it. Didn't call him no more. Until. Okay, so you guys just heard what Miami Tip had to say. She was cheated on. And I feel like this is what Shacarri Richards' son was scared of. I feel like Shacarri Richardson's fear of being cheated on led her to put hands on that man. I really do. Led her to put hands on Coleman. Because she like, oh, you looking at people? She was in fear. She's young, so she'll necessarily know how to handle herself all the way. I think she was scared of becoming this right here, becoming this woman in this moment. And that's why I wanted to show what Tip said. But just to complete Tip's story, let me read this. She said, for me, it's not about him talking to another woman. I expected something. But it's the way he continuously lied about the situation. Anyone who knows me and Chuck, I know y'all are shocked and surprised as well, because y'all know how this man catered to me on every level and we were inseparable. I think I'm upset at how a G like me was able to get bamboozled. Pray for me. And when she says a G like her, she means like because she's a stripper and she believes in the Bible. I don't know if she's still stripping or not, but I know that she grew up in that lifestyle, or she came up at one point in her career in that lifestyle, and she's known in Miami for being Miami Tip Drill, who is a stripper. And then and so she's seen a lot. She's gone through a lot, and so she maybe felt like, oh, I got this. But here's the thing. Here's my thing, right? So, and I was literally listening to her story, and I'm like, dang, I just went through the same thing where I felt like, me and this person was making so many plans. We was gonna move in together at the end of September. I mean, at the beginning of September, literally the same. We were gonna move in with each other. We already had our pets and our situation with our kids worked out, all of that stuff. We were already doing all of that. And then all of a sudden the dynamic changed. So I started expecting something. And even though to this day, this man won't admit that he found interest somewhere else, I'm a very smart woman. You found interest somewhere else. It's that simple. And then plus, this man was my friend of 27 years. I know you. I know you found interest somewhere. I know you well enough to know you was going to cheat on me before I even got with you. I did the stupid shit anyway. I just didn't expect it to come so soon. I know you well enough to know you was never going to be faithful to me. Period. Okay? Or anyone for that matter. But so, you have moments where you start trusting people and you believe their words and you feel like you want to believe everything they're saying, and then you get smacked in your face with this reality and it hurts, and it's almost like, dang, I would have rather stayed in my illusion of you than to feel this feeling I'm feeling. And I think this feeling right here, this led Shacarri Richardson to be in so much fear that she ended up putting hands on that man behind a disagreement about looking at some women. I really, really feel like this is that moment. What I will say though is seeing Shacarri take all these pictures, and my heart goes out to you, Tip Drew, and you are in my prayers. I know so many women going through so much stuff, girl, and it hurts even worse when that man is sweet and kind and loving and this, that, and the other. But I'm going to tell you guys something. A narcissistic man will put on a show for you. He will act like the sweetest, kindest, most loving, gentlest, cater to you, love bombing you. You have to be careful of the love bomb. I'm saying, like, nowadays, I would even prefer a man, and we all should, a man that's going to keep it real with you and be like, nah, I don't feel like going over there today. Like, nah, baby, I don't really feel like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And be like, damn, you don't want to go to dinner with me? He like, nah, I really just want to sit at the house. You know what I mean? Keep it real like that. Instead of a man that's going to love bomb you and, yeah, let's go. And the whole time y'all out, he hugging and holding and up. But on the sleek tip, in his mind, he's really on a whole different level. His body and mouth is saying and doing one thing, but his mind is in a whole different place, thinking and conjuring thoughts up of totally other things. I'd rather be with the person that it might seem a little mean, but he keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Not to say to deal with neglect or abuse. I'm not saying the dude that all of a sudden don't have no time for you, but he could do everything with everybody else. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about somebody that still knows how to treat you. However, he just keep it one. He just keep it 100. You know what I mean? Type of stuff. So, but I really feel like situations like mine and tip drills is what leads young ladies and people like Shacarri Richardson to put tips on people because they're scared. They're afraid. You know, I'm not afraid. As y'all know, like y'all know that Xavier was just here. You know what I'm saying? You guys know that. Let me see what I got up in here. Let me see what I got up in here. Let me see what I got in here. So you guys know he was just here. You know what I'm saying? And that's my ex. That's my I love the dirty draws off of Xavier. I really do. However, and with that being said, you know, I'm afraid of what he may do if I gave him a chance to, you know what I mean, to be back with me. Those are not mistakes that I'm trying to repeat. I'm trying to do something different. I need to build myself, and I need to be sure that when I get into this next relationship, because of course people want to be with me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be with them. I'm just saying, but it's not like I have to be single. You know what I'm saying? When I get into my next relationship, that I'm so sure and so confident in my ability to move on without being crushed. That's what I need to be. I need to be confident in my relationship, and I need to be confident in moving on without being crushed. Because if that man decides that he wants to move on, I need to be able to be so okay with this right here and with my heart and with me by myself that I can say, okay, I understand. I appreciate this relationship, and I think we do need to end it here. If you're having these feelings, then yeah, we do need to end it here. You know what I'm saying? Versus me putting hands on them, or versus stuff like that. I feel like Tip handled that well, but she handled it like a mature woman. You know what? Thank you, because you taught me a lot about myself. But is she visibly hurt? Hell yeah. Is Shacarri Richardson hurt? Hell yeah. I don't even feel like Shacarri Richardson pulled out of that race because she had to. I feel like she pulled out of it because she is heartbroken. And with that being said, she's passing up all types of money and everything else. I feel like she's embarrassed, and I feel like she's heartbroken. And this is what she was afraid of, but eventually it had to come because God don't miss. Because when God said no, he said no. And so it was going to come one way or the other. Unfortunately, it came like this. It just really just sucks. But I'm really 100% praying for Shacarri Richardson, myself, and Miss Tip Drill Baby, because we're going through it.